We've got Rockbusters. That's still going strong.
No feelings on that.
No, but he's said he's going to buck his ideas up. We've got Chimpanzee that. Carl finds an amusing monkey or ape related story. We've got Khan in the film again.
Right, excellent. Yeah, I've got a lot of great response from that, Carl, on the internet.
It was my favourite thing we've done.
People raving about that. So can we say what the film is?
Excuse me, French, we've got some bloody great music.
Pardonnez-moi. Well, I don't know, I guess in French.
Well, I'll just give you a taste. We've got Oasis, Cardigans, you just heard there. We've got Lloyd Cole, we've got a bit of Pretenders coming up, Eminem, Feeder, Coldplay, all the greats.
Can I play some Teenage Fan Club there?
Yeah. What should we have now?
Oasis.
Go on, then.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oasis and Songbird. It's a nice little ditty.
It's alright, yeah.
Of a Saturday.
Yes, thank you.
XFM 104.9 with Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. I think we should go straight into it, Karl. I think we should do the competition. There's Karl in the corner.
It seems a little premature.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
Do you say it's so good? We should tease it out of it.
It's a big thing.
It's just that I've got absolutely nothing to say.
Sure.
So I haven't really...
Well, I mean, often I know you'll have spoken to Karl in the week. This week, for some reason, I've been speaking to him.
Oh, right.
I spoke briefly to him about Michael Jackson and the documentary.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I thought that was extraordinary.
Amazing,
I asked Karl
piece of work. Yeah.
And he didn't mention to me the fact that Michael Jackson likes to climb up in trees.
No.
He didn't mention anything about his bizarre relationship with children. He didn't mention anything about his obsessive billionaire spending sprees.
Right.
He didn't mention anything about the mannequins he has in his thing, or the fact that he drives around his sort of 7 hotel suites in Las Vegas in a little kind of old people's scooter. The only thing of note for Karl was he said to me, "Did you notice how big his hands are?"
I'll tell you what, though, I did.
What? How do you look at... The man's got, like, a face that he's had reconstructed. Well, I can't seem to say that, it's lifeless.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
He's got
He's had two nose jobs. Yeah.
And you're looking at his hands.
But I think it's because you look at him and he looks a bit like... there's a bit of androgyny there, but it's sort of like it is quite a petite sort of old lady's face in a way. But then you see these labourers' hands come out. That's always the way with a tranny, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, you can't accuse him of being a tranny.
No, he's not. No, he's not a tranny. No,
he's got enough issues now, you're accusing him.
I like him. I thought he came up that brilliant. I thought it was really... I really felt sorry for him. I think he cleared up a few things as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was a fascinating piece of work. But I did like the shopping spree. That was great.
Extraordinary.
Just going around just pointing. I know it was bad taste, wasn't it? It was like one of those bizarre shops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's anything sort of a gift shop, but they're trying to make it look like Ming.
But
it's sprayed gold.
If he'd been living in a trailer park, he'd have been ordering, one of those porcelain dolls dressed like a Harley Davidson rider, or an Elvis commemorative plate. It was the kind of billionaire equivalent of that.
But the hands were a giveaway. It's the same as those sort of transvestites.
Well,
it's like you get.
What is it about his hands?
Well, you know when you get like a cab driver or something, right? And he decides to try and dress like about 60, and he goes on Killboy. Do you know what I mean? It's that way. They've got a twin set of girls, and he goes, "I've never felt so comfortable." But his hands are still big. He's got a little wig, and he's got the lipstick on, and he's with his teenage kids who are going, "Kill me."
Do you think he's been having surgery on his hands to make them larger?
Bigger, yeah.
Was that why he's wearing that glove? You must be.
Exactly, because but I think he wants to be a goalkeeper.
Right.
And they said, you can't, Michael, you've got big hands.
It would help him climb the trees.
Yeah. And he can play tennis now without a racket.
Yeah. So what did you make of it, Carl? Were you intrigued?
The Michael Jackson thing, it was alright. But, that got a load of attention in the press. But the Trisha programme got nothing.
Okay.
Which, I know, Steve called me up in the week, right? 10 o'clock in the morning, I was at work. And he goes,
you think so at 10 o'clock?
Preparing this show.
Most people go to work about 8 or 9.
Are you watching Trisha and that? I said, no, what is it? He goes, you'll be loving it, right?
Freaks, was it? Help me, my mum's a freak.
Siamese twins.
Right.
So I couldn't watch it, but he said, it might be on again because they repeat stuff on ITV2.
Right.
So I had my dinner late. Right, instead of having it at 1 o'clock like I normally do, I had it at 2:30.
Yeah.
Sat in the office, put the telly on, ITV2. These Siamese twins.
Did it blow your mind?
It was amazing. You know, we talk about a lot of things on the show quite a lot. The Airy Kids crop up a lot.
I was waiting. It's been 10 minutes and you haven't mentioned the Airy Kid.
Right, and last week we were talking about Siamese twins, weren't we? So it was weird that this programme was on, but it was amazing. I mean, what
I think you can't refer to them as Siamese twins. I think they're known as conjoined twins.
Why?
I think Siamese is maybe considered derogatory or as an old antiquated phrase.
Yeah, I think it's because the first famous ones were actually from Siam.
Right.
And that doesn't exist anymore.
No, it's conjoined, Carl.
Yeah.
Get the phrase right.
But you'd think that if that's happened to you, that wouldn't be that sort of offensive. The names that you must get called.
Right. You think that's least
Siamese twins, I'd say, well, that's, yeah.
Now, were you stunned by where they were connected?
Just live with it, we'd say. Right.
Because they were connected, of course, at the forehead.
Oh.
Sort of, which was quite extraordinary.
God. What if one had bad breath?
That wasn't a question that Trisha asked. Annoyingly, because I know that much of the audience was thinking that.
There's a few things that didn't crop up.
What questions would you have asked of them? Because what things did you feel weren't mentioned?
I'd love to just watch Carl watching amazing things.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like early learning thing.
Mouth slightly open.
Yeah, mouth open, dribble, looking round to see if anyone else has seen it. You know what I mean? Like when a cat sees a bird land on the balcony. It can't believe it's luck.
I'd probably say, how do you buy her like a birthday present?
Surprise gift, yeah.
Because everything's ruined.
Sure.
Right? I'd probably ask...
Yeah.
Well, did you not think it was interesting that one of them had a boyfriend?
Well, that was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
But what was the other thing that I was thinking when I was watching it? I was thinking if one got into crime and was sent to prison...
Right.
What would happen? How would you handle that?
It's brilliant. It is brilliant. If a chimp could talk.
And what was the other one? The other thing was, what did they talk about? Because it's not as if you can say, oh, well, guess what I did today? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brass in pocket, and if they're pretending to be good, they're doing a bloody good job of it. I love them. That's Ricky Gervais on XFM 104.9 with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Karl is still buzzing about these conjoined twins.
No, it's just...
One of them, of course, had to be... Because one of them was sort of shorter than the other and had to be sort of wheeled around on a kind of trolley thing by the other.
This isn't Molly and Dolly, is it?
No, they're not called... One's called Reba.
Oh.
I forget what the other one's called. Sheena, maybe, or something like that. Do you remember?
No, I wasn't that impressed with the names. It's just...
Yeah. So you immediately put them out of your mind. Those are rubbish names. Forget, can't forget. They're gone.
Were they British or American?
Yeah, American.
Oh, I've seen some American ones.
Well, bizarrely, one of them was apparently a country music star.
This is Molly and Dolly.
Well, they're not called
The one
Molly
that joined
and
at
Dolly.
the one that joined.
But they're not. I think you've made up the Molly and Dolly.
No, it was on Jerry Springer. There's a little one that sits on a seat, and the other one carries it round, her round.
They're not called Molly and Dolly.
There was something like that.
They're called. Well, we know that one of them's called Reba, and I forget.
And one was a country and western singer.
Yeah, but she was saying, "Yeah, I've just made a movie. It's coming out shortly in theatres."
Is your sister in it?
Yeah, and the other one said, "Oh, I'm not involved." It's utterly bizarre because they live there. They work so hard to live their lives separate.
Yeah, they say it's all. Yeah,
exactly.
of course.
So,
Yeah.
You know, they try not to. So she's talking about her music career, and the other one's sort of not taking any kind of credit for it, which is nice.
It's weird though, because when she was singing as well, the other one just stands there. She doesn't join in. She doesn't sort of dance.
Offer backing vocals.
Do you know what I mean? Make a group out of it.
Yeah. A duo.
Yeah, well, but it seems like we're sort of being horrible, but we're
No,
not.
we're not.
It's a
Well,
really
no, we're
thing,
laughing at Carl's amazement at this phenomenon. Sorry, I just got to say we're not.
Do you know
taking the Mickey.
The really weird thing about all this,
What?
right? And it's annoying because you were saying about, what should have Trisha have asked and all that.
Yeah.
But one of them mentioned that one of them was adopted and the other one wasn't.
Don't talk rubbish.
No, seriously. I didn't understand it, right?
Of course you didn't.
And then Trisha sort of said, well, let's have a chat. And they were like, no, I don't want to go into that.
What do you mean one was adopted?
That's
and
what
one
he
was...
said. One of them... Don't quiz me on it, but that's what was said.
Hi there, Hello there, I'm a multi-millionaire.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've just seen your orphanage.
Oh,
I'd
yeah, it's
love
lovely,
to
isn't
adopt
it?
one of your children.
You'd like to adopt one?
I'd love to adopt a children, because I've got
Brilliant.
loads from around the world, so I'd love
Yeah.
to adopt one. I'd give you $10,000
Oh,
towards your...
well, we'll speed it through then, yeah.
Brilliant, okay.
We've actually got 2 left.
I
so
need one. I'm only interested
Right.
in one. Yeah, I don't need any more. I don't need any
They're
more.
sisters. They're
I know it'd be tragedy to break them up, but I really need one.
now break it up. There's the rub. You see.
Sure,
because,
sure. Just need the one. It's $10,000 now. You can have that. I'll sign it now. But
Okay.
I don't want to discuss it further.
I'll bring her round.
Brilliant.
Okay. Ding dong.
Hi, yeah, brilliant. You brought my kid round.
Yeah, there she is. There.
That's a joy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just standing next to a bush.
Yeah, do you want to... Can you bring her out towards me?
No,
It's like-
there's,
it's like-
there's nothing behind the bush. So you just want.
I just want to be able to walk 360 degrees round her.
Do you want her or not?
Yes, I can't believe it. What's that little trolley? She's talented.
Oh dear.
You're talking nonsense, Carl.
Feed her. That's it. Just well feeling. XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. It's time for the newest quiz in town. This is where Karl inserts himself into a seminal film. Last week, it was the little kid in Sixth Sense. You remember? To great acclaim. The critics loved it. They said a triumph. This week, he's fiddled with The Graduate. This is the scene where, of course, he goes upstairs to the hotel room, and it's on the cards. She's a dead cert, Mrs. Robinson.
Well,
Here you go then. So, are you ready for it? I've brought some condoms from home that Suzanne got for Christmas.
Benjamin,
What?
will you bring me a hanger?
A what?
A hanger.
Tell you what, I've got wood.
What?
Just saying, I've got wood. I've got metal ones as well. What sort do you want?
Either one will be fine.
All right. There you go.
Are you afraid of me?
No. No, I've seen weirder things than you. Have I ever told you about the 2 lads I went to school with who had big heads? Webbed fingers as well. Not related, and weren't mates, but both had the same thing, which is a bit weird. Yeah, I've never found out what was wrong with them.
Can I ask you a personal question?
As long as it's not about my head being round, because Ricky's always going on about that. He's saying I've got a round head.
Well, you can admit that, can't you?
No, I'd say it's a normal sort of shape. It's just round.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you mean? So is yours. Head should be
It's
round.
nothing to be ashamed
I'm
of.
not ashamed. It's just a normal shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk. Look at your saggy arse. Anyway, get your knickers off.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, that was a joy.
Oh dear.
It was an absolute treat. Now, I should say that obviously the prize is a copy of The Graduate. Now, bear in mind that XFM is giving away these prizes.
Yeah.
Carl is so cheap that he wouldn't even buy it on DVD. He's bought it for $6.99 on VHS. It will be panned and scanned. It won't be widescreen. There's none of the extra features that you get on the DVD.
Oh, look at Carl's face. He's gutted.
Carl, did you pocket the rest of the cash?
No, I have to use my own money to buy these, right?
What, you're using your own money to give this stuff away?
Yeah. So I had to go and buy that,
XFM is so cheap and
I
stuff.
know.
right? And it's not worth having it on DVD, is it? 'Cause
Why not?
It's an old film, so... So the quality is do you know what I mean? They can't really tidy it up.
Of course they can. They do it from a print. They don't do it from the video. They don't get the video and go, let's make it into a DVD.
An old Betamax copy that's somewhere knocking about. Well, anyway, you
It's the
can...
same film, though, isn't it?
Fine, okay, well,
Yeah,
you're right.
it is
Yeah,
the
so
same
anyway,
thing,
you can win $6.99's worth of The Graduate. The question, and it's email only, Steve, it's not Steve, it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. The question is, name the actor that Karl was taking the place of in the film, and of course the actress that he's performing opposite. ricky.gervais@xfn.co.uk.
Lovely.
Got to play something from there.
I would love to.
It seemed appropriate.
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Simon and Mr. Garfunkel, please, let's not have the sound of silence. Let's have some more beautiful music. Get back together, please, quickly.
I think you should do every single link. Brilliant, it's the best bit of the show.
So, XFM 104.9.
Are we going to have time to play the clip again before, before 2 o'clock, let's say?
Are people not listening to the question? Is that what you're...
Some people are not listening to the question.
Oh, dear. Okay, we'll play it again at about 2 then.
And personally, any excuse to hear it again, because I thought it was
I think Carl should go out and get the DVD.
I think it's embarrassing to give away the...
yeah, you have to get it. You have to go out and buy the DVD later.
Carl, on the DVD, it's got a booklet, it's got an audio commentary, it's got behind-the-scenes features, and it's got this pristine widescreen version of the film. You've got some cheap $6.99 version.
Yeah, and
on
so
VHS.
because you were being mean, because it was your own money, you're going to have to waste that now because no one wants it. So it's going to cost you twice as much as it would have done if you just got the DVD the first time round.
A valuable lesson learned.
Yeah.
Have I rewound it?
There's a penalty if you've not. No, you haven't rewound it.
Go and get the DVD later. They're going to win a DVD.
No, I looked on the DVD and it was 18 quid. I'm
Go
not
and
paying
get
18
it
quid for
and claim it back.
No, you've got to wait.
What a
ages.
cheap station this is.
It's outrageous.
I mean,
Well, do you want to go on with the other prizes with what we're giving away later?
What is this for Rockbusters?
Well,
we don't give away prizes, we throw away prizes.
Yeah, it's really cleaning out some drawers at XFM.
Go on.
I'm just having a quick look through before I...
Because we've sort of revamped Rockbusters a bit. There's that extra bit in it now, and that audio bit.
You're selling it, your big sell.
We're not going straight into that yet.
There's a DVD. There's a DVD there. What's that?
I'll go through them later, Rick. I just need to absorb it. Don't get excited.
So, who did Carl play in the clip? What actor's place did he take, and what actress played opposite him? That's Ricky.Gervais.
At xfm.co.uk.
Sure. Yeah.
Is that it then?
What have we got coming up? We've got some
Play a bit of Coldplay.
bit of Coldplay, right? Coldplay. Yellow on XFM 104.9. Get it on DVD. It's an embarrassment. £7 worth of old video, pan and scanned.
I bought it now. That's what they're getting. Right.
He put a downer on it. All the work, that went into that, and then just going to fob them off with a bit of old celluloid like that.
Right, listen, still to come, right? We've got the monkeys thing.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
And when I was out last Sunday, right, Johnny's birthday party,
Yeah.
Steve was there.
Yeah.
Got talking about stuff. And a debate that we didn't really finish cropped up.
It blew your mind, didn't it?
Amazing.
Oh, I know about this. Steve told me. This is the infinite amount of monkeys. Or a monkey with a typewriter at an infinite amount of time would eventually come up with the works of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
There was no debate. It's a philosophical, mathematical problem. There's no debate. It's true.
It won't happen.
No, listen, Carl, listen. Infinity sorts it all out for you, right? An infinite amount of monkeys at a typewriter, right? They do everything. They type everything. Infinity just sorts it all out for you. There's no getting to it and they're going, oh well, let's have a look what they've done. This one's come close. It did Romeo and Juliet. It would do it all. It would type everything ever possible, conceivable.
Yeah, but...
It's a mathematical...
Well,
infinity
we've heard your side of the argument, Rick. I'll be honest with you, it's a persuasive one, but let's hear Carl, because he heard about this in a pub last week, so he's got some strong
What's your
ideas
problem with
himself.
it? What's your problem with it?
Well, first of all, right, you're saying it's a load of monkeys. It's not just one monkey, that's...
It depends.
that can live forever.
No, wait. It's either a chimpanzee with a typewriter with an infinite amount of time. He would eventually, by definition, mathematically, type everything ever possible, okay? Or it's an infinite amount of chimps with typewriters, and one of them will type it first time.
But already that's not right. You either need to have
What do you
one
mean?
monkey-
What? You mean
Let's hear
employment
his point.
laws? What do you mean it's not right?
Let's hear him out, please.
Okay.
If it's one monkey
Yeah.
with a typewriter that's got loads of ink in it and that, right? At least it knows what it's done in the past.
It's not...
Keep going.
If you've got a load of monkeys, it's like if you have too many. What's that saying about too many chefs?
Too many chimps spoiled of soup.
Right, well, it's the same thing. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to put salt in it. I was going to put salt in it, and it messes it up. Whereas if it's just one, they know what's gone on. So what I'm saying is...
I can't be bothered, Steve. This blows my mind. He doesn't know what this does to me. It's a mathematical problem.
I want to hear the rest.
Well, it's just that I just don't think it will happen.
What do you mean you don't think it'll happen? Infinity works it out for you, by definition.
Well, what's stopping them typing the same thing again?
They would. In fact, the problem should be, if you had an infinite amount of time, that it would type that works with Shakespeare an infinite amount of times, and everything else an infinite amount of times. But, you know, that's not as...
Well, not Shakespeare.
Oh! Shut up, you idiot!
Rick, do you know what he said to me? I said to him, I explained it to him. I said, you've got an infinite number of monkeys, infinite number of typewriters. They will type the complete works of Shakespeare. He said, have they read Shakespeare?
You're an idiot! Play a record.
No,
I'm not having this
they're not
conversation.
doing it for
I'm not having it because it really, really winds me up.
But you're saying they'll do it with no spelling errors.
Well, they do it an infinite amount of times. And they do it wrong an infinite amount of times. And they spell the last full stop wrong an infinite amount of times. And they get one thing wrong in Hamlet wrong an infinite amount of times. They do everything an infinite amount of times.
But are they going off a story that they've...
Play a record, Carl, because I'm going to knock you out!
I'm just saying...
Shut up!
Do they know the story?
Oh,
they're monkeys!
Oh, Christ.
No.
Right, okay. Lloyd Cole, she's a girl and I'm a man. Good that, isn't it? On XFM, 104.9 with Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
As ever, Rick, there's always someone who steps in to defend Carl.
Okay, what is the defence? What is the defence?
Here's an email from Scott Coomer. He says, Carl is actually right. I've got an A-level in statistics and probability. It doesn't matter how long they have and how many monkeys you have. You cannot guarantee they would type the complete works of Shakespeare. Infinity makes it probably they would get it right, but not definite.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, you weren't saying, Carl. You don't understand it. Infinity sort of sorts it out. That if they do anything, they nearly do everything, won't they?
No, I mean they'll give it a good shot.
No, that's not the point. But the point is this.
I'd be surprised if they did one page right.
Right, listen. It's not to do with consciousness. It's not to do with them aiming.
They are just bashing away.
It's like they're used to show that there isn't consciousness. They chose the chimpanzee because it can type, presumably, hit the keyboard.
It's because they hadn't come across you at the time.
Yeah. It's to take out thought out of it. It's to take out reason and trying, right? It's just random. They're saying that if you typed enough things, if the computer was never typing everything, if you left it for an infinite amount of time, and they chose Shakespeare because there is meaning behind it, and it's difficult to get it exactly right, to show you that Infinity would come up with it's not just Shakespeare, it's every novel. It's everything.
Fairly eloquent there from Gervais. A quick riposte, please, from Karl Pilkington.
No, I'm just saying, what I don't understand, if it hasn't read it, then how does it know where it's going?
Can I just explain to people, right? Some people have said, why are you cruel to Karl? He drives me mental with things like that. What do you mean, wow?
Let me just take a breather.
How do I do your editing?
He keeps coming in the week. You know that I work here properly in the week, don't I? Yeah, I've got a proper job here. Should be 9 to 5, but I'm only getting at about 8 o'clock and working.
A lot of people getting 8 o'clock.
Working hard, trying to do my job. 3 times this week, I've been rushing around. I walked past my little studio. He's sat in there, all right? Now, because I've got this sort of job, I can get away with it. I said to him, if I was a doctor, would he keep coming to me practice?
If you were a doctor, there'd be severe problems with the NHS.
Imagine that.
The standards would have lowered so much if you can arrive at the hospital, you're a doctor.
Pop in, I'll go to lunch, don't we? We have a little lunch break, don't we? I go, come on, let's go now. He goes, I'm busy. I go, come on, let's go now. He's going, you're doing me head in.
Well, when I was talking about the monkey conundrum with Karl, he said to me, right, if I had a day off work, and I was, say, watching the TV, and with one hand I was typing a typewriter, would I type Shakespeare? I mean...
Yeah, but you see, there's certain things. We were talking a little bit about this stuff the other week, weren't we, when we said you were going on about Einstein, and I said he's not that good. you know, E equals MC squared. You know, it sounds good, but I've never used it. And
I've never used it! You haven't used 2 and 2 equals 4, Carl!
The fella with an apple fell on his head. You know, it could have been anyone sat under that tree. Do you know what I mean? It's just annoying.
Lucky. And Newton gets all the credit for his laws of the universe.
For the ghost.
Mrs. Battersby.
No, you don't remember her. Your mum reminded you of it. In a court of law, if there was a ghost court, they go hearsay, thrown out of court.
Right.
You don't have a memory of Mrs. Battersby?
No, look, I know that when I was a kid, I ate a beetle. I ate a beetle because I thought it was licorice. Now, I can't remember that now.
You can't remember that, but you know it happened because your mother told you it happened.
Exactly.
Right. But the fundamental thing is that we can believe you ate a beetle, right? Because that is something that could happen in real life. But what we're questioning is that you spoke to a ghost.
What sort of beetle was it?
Just one of them standard beetles, just the black shiny one.
Thing is, right, a couple of years ago, we were in the Ivy, and the food came, and there's a big blob of wasabi, right? It was like called an Oriental hors d'oeuvre, right? And I looked over at Carl, and he started going, drinking water. I said, what was it? I said, I said, that was a blob of wasabi. He said, I thought it was one mushy pea.
That's a classy restaurant, they're serving one mushy pea.
Well, they do that, don't they?
Wow.
Small portions. It's all trendy, isn't it?
I love the fact that it's exactly the same thing, but they swap beetle for wasabi and licorice for pea. You see things, you see something.
It's a good job you remember that anecdote, though, because he doesn't.
Exactly, yeah. In years to come, we'll be going, I had some wasabi once. Did you? Well, according to Ricky, I did, yeah. I was in the Ivy. I thought it was mushy pea.
So hang on, I just want to go back to Mrs. Battersby, because you confidently said it was a haunted place, but you've got no evidence for it, because even you claim you had this encounter, you don't even remember it.
But you don't remember everything in life,
But you
do you?
supposedly had a conversation with a ghost.
I know, but I didn't know. When I was younger, I
But you
didn't think
remember
it
the
was a
specifics
ghost.
of an ant walking around?
Yeah, so you thought, so I see. If you'd have had the memory, it would just be a nice old lady on the end of your bed all night.
Right.
And then...
Then when I mentioned it, my mum was saying, what do you mean, Mrs. Battersby? Who's Mrs. Battersby?
Right.
When you're a kid, you're not terrified, are you?
No.
Nothing scares
I mean,
you.
I'm beginning to think, who the fuck is Mrs. Battersby, I must admit. But...
So, yeah, that was, it was a weird place. I mean, there was no telly. All they had for sort of company was a calculator.
You are the strangest little man that's ever lived. There goes Carl with his friend. What's his friend? Oh, it's a
Sanyo 4197G.
I love that. That's amazing.
Oh, calculator, do that boobs thing again.
My mum and dad used to go out. I stayed in there.
Just shots of him with his calculator on the beach. My only friend was a calculator. Oh, God. Just always shots of him in Vietnam. He's carrying Tommy.
When the battery's tight, let's have a funeral for him.
His batteries are all over the floor. Oh, fucking hell. The only company was a calculator. Before I used to knock around with a brick. Oh, fuck me.
We have to face facts here.
Go on.
The world is old.
Hold on. Right, okay.
The world's old.
It's a fact. That is a fact.
It's the same as if you've got a gran who's 70. There's not much you can do for her. You can say you're warm, but at the end of the day, she's still going to be shitting her pants. She's still going to be, forgetting things and all the rest of it. And you might be taking care of her. At the end of the day, the good days are gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in a way, like the world, it's got to a point that it's old. And yeah, we can say turn the tap off, turn the lights off, close the windows, stop letting heat out.
The earth, metaphorically, is shitting its pants.
We are not the same as the first man that nature made.
No, we're not, no.
And that's where we went wrong. And if we didn't interfere at that point, we might have been more suited to the conditions now. Auntie Nora, I'm cold. She doesn't want double glazing.
Why not?
Just because she's worried that when people come round and sort of knock on the door, she won't hear them, because it's all sort of double glazed.
But they're knocking on the door.
No, but she said that, she didn't like a bell, it makes her jump too much.
Well, how do they get in now?
Well, it's the thin door and thin glass, you hear it. It's not like soundproof like double glazing is.
What, so they have to knock
They
on
knock
the...
like that on the door, and she can hear that because
But
it's
why
like
are
a
they going
wooden
to double
door.
glaze the door? Is it a glass door?
No, they want to put that PVC door in with
Hang
the
on, so
thicker
she's
glass.
scared by... You don't want a doorbell because that alarms her, but the knocking's fine.
The knocking's fine because you get to know
Why don't
knocks
they have a bell that when you press it, it makes that noise?
because they haven't done that yet.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
that's an
you
idea.
could do a sample of a... like that. So when they press the doorbell, she hears... That's easy, that's done. You could sort that out for her.
Well, I don't want to start getting dragged into it because
Why don't you make Auntie Nora a bell that knocks?
it could be done. But the fact of the matter is, it isn't, and that's why she doesn't want double glazing.
But why don't you tell her, say, Auntie Nora, have double glazing, be warm, be safe. Hear the knock. Hear the knock of the bell on the doubly door. Auntie Nora, hear the knock of the bell on the doubly door.
She could fart until she's blue in the face. No one will be able to hear.
But look,
No one will be able to smell it.
But this
No
is
double
it.
glazing.
This
It's
is
tremendous.
it. This is it, though, isn't it? She wouldn't be around now if it wasn't for people interfering, coming up with tablets, making weak people live longer.
Right. You're annoyed at that. You're
I know
annoyed.
he's such a fascist, isn't he? Anti-Nora, a weak person who has been allowed
Yeah.
to live.
Yeah.
No, but
Eugenics is where you'd be happier.
but don't you see what I'm saying, though? The way the world we've changed more than the world has. We can't handle anything now, can we? Look at it. Like I say, a bit of snow, a bit of cold, everything comes to a standstill.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go out. It's dangerous. You'll slip over. People having time off work.
Yeah. What would you do, right? If you run a business, right? Your business could go under, right? It snows a bit. You've got 10 employees. You're paying them well, and they go, "I can't come in today, Carl. It's a bit icy." I'll do it, okay? Right, they're snowed in, right? You're running the business. What are you running?
It's a let's not.
Don't-
I'm
don't
not going
you-
to big myself up. It's just it's a
don't you run
factory.
it-
It's
don't you make
U-bends.
bells
I
that
make
knock?
no
Don't they?
U-bends.
Yeah.
U-bends for.
Toilet. So you run a... Okay, right, okay.
It's a
So,
plumbing.
you pay them all right, don't you?
I'd say most of them are on above average.
So you're there. What time do you get in?
About 8:45.
9:15, waiting for them to come in at 9, yeah? Okay, right, it's snowing. It's a bit snowy, you got there, it took you a bit while. You'd set off early, did you? Or?
Gave myself a bit more time because I had to put the heating on in the car.
Okay, ring, 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 ring.
Hello, KP Plumbing.
Oh, is that Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, who's that?
Oh, it's Sheila. Listen.
Sheila, shouldn't you be here by now?
Yeah, no, I was going to set off.
We'll set off now. Stop wasting time. We've got a big order on.
No, I know.
We're all on a bonus here if we get this done. I'll see you in 10 minutes, shall I?
I can't make it.
What?
I can't make it.
Why not?
The car won't start and it's slippy on the drive. I just can't get out.
Get the transport. I'll see you in. I'll give you 20 minutes, all right? Don't worry about it. Thanks for calling. I'll see you in a bit.
I'm so scared of the ice. I'm scared of the ice. I'm not going to come in today. It's dangerous.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to wait until the ice and snow goes away, and then I'm going to come
But they're
in.
predicting it's going to be about 2 weeks before they
Yeah,
clear all this.
I can't really travel in this. It's a bit dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what. You stay at home. I'll replace you because I need someone to come in with
What,
that
you're
big
firing
order.
me because I can't get into work with this.
Well, I got into work, Sheila.
Yeah, I know, but you don't live with me, do you? If you did live with me, then
No,
you'd
it
probably
was
see.
bad. It was bad where I was as well.
Yeah,
I'm here.
do you know how bad it is here? When you come round and have a look how bad it is here,
No,
you drive
I'm
my...
not coming
Tell you what,
round
you
it.
come round and drive my fucking car because I'm snowed in, you fucking calling me a cunt. And I'll tell you, if you fire me, I'll tell you to drive me in, you bald-headed wanker.
Right, you're fired anyway for that.
You're in fucking trouble then.
Right then, see ya. Right, and then she's done with. She's weak anyway.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
KP Plumbing.
Hiya, is that, Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Hi, it's Bobby. Bit of trouble. My area, it's absolutely snowing. It's possible. No one's getting out. I live near Sheila.
Bob,
by the way.
listen, Sheila's just been on. She's saying she can't get in either.
She can't. I've just seen her out there trying to dig her car out, and she's hurt about. She's really tried hard to get to work, but she can't do it because she's not very rich, and her car doesn't work. And she hasn't got the right tyres, and there's no public transport. They've cancelled those. Wrong snow in this country. I'm not going to make it in today, son. So I'll see you tomorrow, won't we?
Well, no, you're saying you'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you'll probably call up tomorrow with the same thing.
Well, only if it's snowing still.
No, listen.
Might not have this
Well,
one.
I can't run a business like this, Bob.
Yeah, it's not my fault, is it really?
So go round to Sheila's and like slag me off if you want. But I'll tell you
I'm not
what,
slagging
you're
you
not
off,
coming
just-
back here. Fuck off. One chance. Give them one chance.
Well, you didn't even give him one chance.
No, because they've done it before.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just annoys me.
What is art? It's a very broad term.
It's a very difficult one as well.
Well, let me throw that question over to Karl Pilkington.
What do you want to know?
Well, we were just trying to clarify what art is.
It's just something for your eyes to look at. It's just a change from the norm, and I mean, that's why I think most people have it. But then the problem is, I'd never buy a piece of art. I don't see the point in buying something because I know that my eyes will get bored of it eventually.
Right.
Have you got much art in your house?
Yes. Because it gives me pleasure, and I don't get tired of it. I don't get bored.
Do you look at it every day?
Well, it's there, isn't it? It just adds
but other things
a
are
pleasure
there.
to
Dust
it.
is there, but
Surprisingly, I've not compared
I think
art
I've
to dust as often as I perhaps should. But the thing about, and this I think may be intriguing to you, Damien Hirst, of course, is more of a conceptual artist like Tracy Emin, and a lot of what contemporary art does is followed on from a guy called Marcel Duchamp, who I'm sure you're familiar with. Now, he famously took a gentleman's white urinal like you'd find in a pub toilet, and he put it on its side, and he signed it with a fake name, and he put it in an art gallery. Now, he did that in about 1917, perhaps a bit later.
it just annoys me because there'll be snobby people who haven't got a clue, and they're looking at that and they go, oh yeah, I see what he's trying to say.
Well, that might make them think. They might.
Damien Hirst, I don't feel angry with Damien Hirst really, because he's getting away with it.
But why does that annoy you?
Because it's people falling into the trap. Damien Hirst, before he dies, I bet he goes, what a laugh that was. I had everyone on.
That's a very good point as well, because some people think that the greatest art form of the last 100 years is marketing. Some people say that that is his art, that it's not good enough to do it. You've got to then get away with it. And if the point of art is to inflame, I don't think anything inflames people more than the discussion about whether something's art, or if someone's taking the piss, or if someone gets 50 million for something, do they deserve it? Is it worth a hospital?
Well, what do you think? What do you think of the shark in the tank?
I think I was blown away by it. I thought I'd never seen anything like it before.
It was sort of spectacular because it is so huge and so vast, and to have put a shark, in formaldehyde and to have hung it in an art gallery, it's very striking when you see it.
Yeah,
it's a remarkable achievement.
We went
is he an artist or a fishmonger? What he's done, anyone could have done what he did.
Yes, but not everyone did it. He did it. This is an interesting point that you raise. It's the same old point you always raise. Not anyone could have done it. That's always the same point you make. Anyone could have done it.
Carl,
but they didn't do it.
You could say the same about Michelangelo. Is he an artist or a painter and decorator?
Well, it hasn't caught on, has it? Like the crying boy photograph. No one's having them in their house. No one's gone, have you seen this? Have you seen the new trend, the shark in the tank? No one's got the room, no one wants it. And that, to me, shows you what's popular. At the end of the day, if everyone wants one, he's got to be good, hasn't it?
But I think if people were given a chance to appreciate more sophisticated things, then they would. And I just think that's true in all walks of life. It's an acquired taste, and the best things are an acquired taste.
I mean, I haven't got pictures in our flat because of that mirrored wall I've got.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it's tiny. You've been in it. Got windows on one wall, door to get in on the other, kitchen on the other, mirrored wall on the other. So there's no space for art. There's no space for art.
I'm intrigued how you sit at home. Where's the sofa?
At home?
Yeah.
Facing the mirror.
So you sit looking at yourself all night?
Yeah.
As opposed to a painting?
Yeah, but at least that changes each day.
No, it doesn't.
It does. The picture
No, it's not. It's round and miserable every fucking day.
No, honestly, it's good to, because you don't look at yourself otherwise. Especially me, I haven't got any hair to comb or anything, so I don't look in the mirror as much as the normal person. So, whereas now, I'm looking there every day.
So you're sat at home staring at yourself?
No, because the telly's in front of the mirror.
But are you not distracted by yourself?
Yeah, you do. When the adverts are on, you look up, and if Suzanne's sat next to me, I tend to talk to her through the mirror.
What do you mean? So why don't you look at her when you talk to her?
You don't have to turn your neck or anything. There's no neck usage going on. I can just look forward. I look at the telly, lift the eyes up, look in the mirror, look at me, look at her.
What does she do?
No, we're used to it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like there's more people in the room in a way. It's like,
And they're further away.
there's nothing odd about that. Why wouldn't you use... It doesn't matter.
Sorry,
Remember,
why wouldn't you talk to your girlfriend via a mirror all the time? Is that your question?
Well, no, I think it's quite normal. If your head is facing a mirror where you can see everything in that room, remember, it's a small flat, I can see everything that's going on in there without moving my head. Stephen Hawking would be well happy. So I can look forward, she's sat next to me. If I'm watching the telly, I can say something. Now, she's getting the sound from me still because she's sat close.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're further away, but things look better from a distance anyway.
So that's how you managed to keep this relationship alive?
You're such an odd little man.
But no, it's not odd. You see, there was a woman on the estate who did use... Have I told you about Miss Peggy before?
No.
It rings a bell. Go on.
I'm going to tell you ages ago, it's this fat woman who used to be on the estate. She had a three-wheeler bike. And her husband...
Push bike, pedal bike?
Yeah, like a tricycle thing, but a big one.
Right.
She used to sit her husband in the basket in the back. And cycle about. Whatever.
Yeah.
She was known as Miss Peggy. Anyway.
Oh, is this the one that she used to beat him up so your dad pretended to be a policeman?
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, well, the way she used to communicate, she used to always go in quick save and nick biscuits. And if anyone went up to her to say, stop nicking the biscuits, she'd pull out like a little mirror out of a bag, and she'd look in it, but talk to you via the mirror.
Oh, man!
What? So she was insane?
It's weird, isn't it?
It was really weird. It was scary.
It's like a Salvador Dali painting. you exist in there.
Yeah. It's really
So
weird.
hang on. So she used to talk to people through the mirror because she was mental.
I can sit, watch the telly, and look at me watching the telly in the mirror all night.
No,
That's
no,
weird.
that would be really weird.
It's really weird, Carl.
I'd be very conscious of myself.
No, yeah, I
Conscious
think
of
it
the way
gives you confidence in that. And if you are
Gives you
sort of...
confidence.
Well, yeah, because you're seeing yourself more and you pick up what habits you do and stuff like that.
So what have you changed through your view of yourself?
I sort of grew a beard the other week, just something different to look at for a bit. And then you get sick of that, it's like a piece of art. Change that, have a bit of a shave.
Can you see the back of the telly in the mirror?
A little bit, yeah. If the flat's a mess, it's a mess twice.
Oh, God. Oh.
Sculptures. What do you think of sculptures? I mean, because that's something that really is getting into the 3D world there, isn't it? No longer do you have to represent something as 3D. You can make something. You know, is it... You know, the statues are amazing, aren't they?
They're clever, aren't they? I mean, they always look the same.
Well, that's not true, is it? Because recently there was quite a controversial one, a huge one in London. The pregnant thalidomide woman. What do you think of that?
I saw that.
Thoughts?
I wouldn't have it in my house.
Well, that wouldn't be rude because it would just be you, Suzanne, and a pregnant thalidomide watching telly.
I don't know what he was trying to say. It's...
Maybe she was saying, OK, we've had the human form. This is an example of the human form.
Yeah, but do you think she started off trying to do normal, and it was like, oh, chipped a bit off?
One of the arms got chipped
Well,
off.
it makes you wonder, doesn't it? And why? You see that square, Trafalgar Square. You've got that. Nelson's column. He's got one arm and a leg missing or something, and a patch over his eye. And you've got the thalidomide. Why can't they just do a full person?
That was what they saw. That was what the artist saw. It's about confronting us with certain preconceptions of what we expect of the human form, what we expect of sculpture. It's probably a little ironic comment as well on the famous Rodin. It's been wrapped up with all kinds of ideas of maternity, of the human form, of what sculpture is. Why wouldn't you put that in a big public place?
But what about the subject? Did you think, who's that subject? Who is that woman?
No, not really, because the thalidomides are around, and we've all seen one. It's not like a shocking image. It's one of life's little things that it chucks out. There's some out there. So it's not shocking, is it? I don't understand what you mean. I think what I thought is, it just goes to show we're sort of running out of ideas.
What do you think of people who are so angry at art, they try and censor it, or they try and destroy it? Do you think art should ever be censored?
It's where you put it. If it's in a gallery, then it doesn't have to be censored. If it's in Trafalgar Square, where everyone's wandering around having a nice time, you don't want a 12-foot cock. So it's all about where you put it. I think some art looks better because of where it is. Angel in the North, that's a bit of art, but it's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? You're driving along a miserable motorway.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that over there? Gives you something for your eyes to look at again. Motorways are the most boring place to drive. But you go, look, there's a bit of art over there.
Yeah, but then again, should you be
North.
looking at art when you're going at 70 miles an hour along a motorway?
Well, yeah, because it's really big. You can keep your eye on it and
Look in the mirror.
It's not a problem.
Wait till you go past it and look in the mirror like normal.
So you like the Angel of the North?
Because it's something in the middle of nothing.
Right, but if you put it somewhere else...
Stick it in Trafalgar Square, you'd go, oh, more clutter.
I remember we were shown the cartoon version of Animal Farm when we were about like 15, 16. We were discussing it afterwards about, oh yeah, great, oh yeah, communism versus, the poor proletariat and all this. And this bloke went, you lot make me sick. It was just a nice film about some animals. Brilliant.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Carl? No, go on, what's your point? Because you can see the irony there, can't you?
I haven't seen it.
No.
If you want to do a serious point, don't use animals.
No? Well, I disagree with there because I think my favourite is probably Charles Dickens, and I think the greatest story ever told is A Christmas Carol, and there's only one way that could ever be improved, and that is a Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's absolutely right, yeah.
So, and I think people could take a lesson from that and maybe do other films with the Muppets. A Muppet Schindler's List.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make it so moving, couldn't you?
Schindler's List in space.
Miss Piggy's Choice. Well, we talked about that.
What?
About things like that in art as well. Do you think that bringing something so serious to the masses, like films do, things like the Holocaust and like Sophie's Choice, where she has to choose which child lives and dies.
Why does she have to pick?
Well, because the Nazis were horrible, nasty, evil people.
Well, which one did she pick?
I don't think that's the point. I don't think that's the point.
I love the idea that
this is not a betting game.
No, but I imagine this is like Deal No Deal. It's kind of you're down to the last two. Which one are you going to go for?
God. But why did you ask which one did she choose? Because even if it said the names, Robert and Alison, what difference would it make? You don't know the story. Why is it
because
that
then I'd ask more then. If you said Alison, I'd go, what was it with Alison? What did she have over Robert? That's what films are meant to do. You question it. Whenever I watch a film with Suzanne, I always say at the end, what was going on there?
That's because you're an idiot. That's because you've just watched Muppet Christmas Carol and you can't understand why a frog's able to talk.
I'm all for films with a good storyline.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's a perfect point. One extraordinary point.
He's going to follow this up, mate. He's going to follow
this up. He's got
Come
something
on,
here.
Carl, go on then. What's your take on films?
Films are really good. You can get lost in them.
Right.
And
You like one with a good story?
I mean, whenever anyone asks, it's always the same. It's Elephant Man. It's Kes. Mission Impossible 2.
Mission Impossible 2. These are what you consider great works
No, I'm
of
just
film
saying
art.
these are ones that I've enjoyed recently. There's so many films that I haven't seen, yet you always say, have you seen so-and-so?
What, Mission Impossible 1?
And it's good news for you. 3's out.
That's true. One of the most striking art exhibitions that I ever attended, Carl, was an exhibition of outsider art, something I'm sure you're very familiar with. Outsider art, of course, is work that is made by people who are often institutionalised for mental health problems, or they are just incredibly, they're people who aren't in any way part of the art establishment.
Well, they're right up to psychopathic murderers. Clinically insane mass murderers would count as outsider art. I went to an outsider art exhibition in New York. It was incredible, and I bought a painting of this guy. He's a chronic schizophrenic, and he paints in tar, like road tar, that he gets from roads,
and he paints in that on wood he finds in sort of skips, and it's incredible because it's sort of like scratched in, and it's amazing. There's this thing of Jesus being helped down off the cross. Admittedly, I was walking around there going, this is fucking mental, and James going, you've got to stop saying that, because of course some of the people are mental. There was one bloke doing a sculpture of a skull, right?